What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a mock draft. This is going to be our first of 32 for the 2022 NFL draft. We're going to get started with the Jaguars, who have the #1 overall pick. Now, I am no expert, but I think it'll be interesting this early. The Senior Bowl just ended, to get a good fit and just be looking at who teams might be able to pick and who might be available based off of PFF's mock draft simulator. So we're going to start off with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, this is a team that I actually think should trade this first overall pick. I think they have so many holes on this team, and I think adding a player at #1 who might be like a stud like Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeaux won't be as beneficial as if they traded back into the mid-first round, maybe got 2 first-round picks in this year's draft and future first-round picks. So that is what we are going to do here. We're going to try and be realistic with these trades as much as we can, and as you can see here, these are the teams that are actually interested in this pick. I think the only teams that would really be interested in trading up here would be teams that are right on the cusp of making the playoffs. Honestly, I know it doesn't seem like it with their pick, but the Giants wouldn't be that bad of a fit here. And then possibly even a team like the Browns, maybe if they can draft well and fix a few holes that they have. I think adding a player like Thibodeaux to the Browns would also be a good option. Let's just take the Giants here, considering they have 2 first-round picks. Let's see if they would give us 5, 7, and honestly, I think a future second, and we'll try and get pick 69 as well would be fair. I'll even give up 218. We'll see if this can go through. They decline that. Let's try and see if 197 also gets it done. It does not. We'll throw 196. What I've really realized is these late round picks, it's just so hard to judge. I'd rather get that extra early pick. If we put 79 and removed these, let's see if that would go through. It does. So we traded the first overall pick for picks 5, 7, 79, and a future second. We definitely might be trading that second here as well. We'll just have to see. And they do go Kayvon Thibodeaux. So here, I think the easy pick here is taking Evan Neal out of Alabama. We have so many needs, as you can see here. O-line is definitely the biggest need. You've got to give Trevor Lawrence time to throw the ball. I think that's an easy pick here. We take Evan Neal. Charles Cross goes, who was another guy I was interested in. But what I think the pick is, I think it's either Tyler Linderbaum or Garrett Wilson here. I would love to also get either Garrett Wilson or one of these stud receivers. Jameson Williams, I don't know how good of a fit he'd be on this team. I think he would be really good, though. I think a player like Olave, who we know, Jameson Williams coming off the injury, I think Olave is a little bit better of a pick here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Linderbaum, and then I'm going to pause the draft, and I'm going to see if we can trade up. And as you can see, Garrett Wilson did go. Chris Olave is still on the board. I'm going to try and see if we can trade up. We did get this second-round pick here. I don't know if I want to give that up, though. I would love to try and just see, just trading away as many of these as we can, and then maybe if we threw in pick 79 that we also got, and that does not go through. But if we take out some of these, if we threw in 218 and 197, and also threw in 150 and maybe a future 7th, does that go through? It does not. A future 6th. Ooh, they're playing hard to get. Let's see. Let's see if that will go through. Dang, it's really hard to make some of these trades go through without trading actually valuable assets. So I think we're going to suck it up. Let's throw in a future 3rd-round pick and offer that up to them. And it goes through. Now, Devin Lloyd would be a really good pick here, or Drake London. Drake London did have an ankle injury, though, and I would rather just take the safe pick, which is Chris Olave here, and that's what we're going to do. But I love these mock drafts. I think they're really fun. Go take your favorite team and just spend a couple minutes going through it. I think it's a really fun time. Now, the only bad thing is it does not show us who we've taken. So, as we can remember, though, we do have Chris Olave, we have Evan Neal, and Tyler Linderbaum. So we got 2 O-linemen already. I don't know exactly who's good on the Jaguars, but I think 2 O-linemen for this draft would be really good. And then we got Trevor Lawrence, a receiver. So I think focusing on some of our defensive needs would be a really good pick here. Lewis Klein, or Sign, I don't know how to say it, but he is really good. He was a really big part for Georgia's defense. So I think that's who I'm going to go with here. filling a hole at safety. He can always be moved around if they have a good safety. It really doesn't matter when you've got a guy as good as he is. Leo Chenal is actually rated as the second best linebacker in this class. We have a hole at linebacker. I'm just going to go with the best player on the board right now and take him. Now, it really gets down to here, taking guys that you think could be like flyers that end up being really good picks. Nick Benito is a good pass rusher in this, according to PFF, but I do know Jalen out of Baylor was a really good player for them. I think taking a cornerback here, as we just took a linebacker, would be a better pick than another receiver. So let's go with Jalen. Now, our next pick is at 103, and then we've got a lot of these later picks. I might try and see if I can trade picks 188 through 218 and try and get maybe an additional fourth-round pick here, maybe in the next couple of picks. Sky Moore fell, and honestly, I think he's a really good value pick here. As you can see, he was the 43rd ranked player in the class, and we're at pick 103. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to pause this draft, and I'm going to offer a trade here to the Falcons. And I'm going to see if I can trade these late round picks. It might even be a little bit overpaying, but even so, I'd rather get a player here. I think taking a guard here, if any good ones are available, would be a better pick, considering we took a center and then an outside lineman and a tackle. Now it just depends who is available, or an edge rusher could be a possible selection here. But Marcus Jones is a really good player because of his special teams ability. And the Jaguars are a team that I think could use some help on special teams. So I'm going to take Marcus Jones here. He's a corner, but he would also be possibly a Pro Bowler on special teams. And with our next pick at 179, I want to see if Micah McFadden. He just went. Micah McFadden's a guy that's really good. He was really good for Indiana this year, although they were a very subpar team. The Jaguars do not need a corner or a halfback. And we already took a center, so I think here it's just going to be the best player available at a position we haven't really drafted yet. I think, honestly, taking another guard here, a guard could be an option, or taking an edge rusher. I think taking Josh Rivas, I think that might be the pick that I end up doing, unless I see anybody a little bit better here, which at this point in the draft I really do not know too many players at all, kind of at the O-line or positions like that. But I think what I'm going to end up taking here is I'm just going to take the highest rated guard available, which is Josh Rivas from Kansas State. And that will finish out the draft here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is just our first of 32. I might even do a little bit more as I learn more about these prospects, especially in the later rounds, because it's really a guess here. But as you can see here, these are our picks. We did a lot of trading. So we ended up receiving a future second-round pick in this deal for the number 1 overall pick, as well as Evan Neal and Tyler Linderbaum, 2 phenomenal offensive linemen. We did trade then back up, so we ended up gaining a second-round pick, losing a third-round pick. But as you can see, we just took so many really good players. I think we filled a lot of these holes that the Jaguars have, especially on this offensive line, and then taking a stud like Olave, a really good player here in the safety from Georgia, and then just strong class overall. Sky Moore is a really good pick here, I think, especially in the 4th round, as he's a second-rated receiver, which I don't know if I really trust that, because I do think Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Drake London are all much better receivers, but hey, this is just according to PFF. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How would you rate this draft, or would you be happy with this as a Jaguars fan? I think this is a really good start to our series, and I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say in the comments down below. But that'll be it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one.